Okay, I'm here today with Amanda Killen. I'm glad to have her on the program today. I've been wanting to visit with her for a long time, but she stays extremely busy. A lot of things going on. I mean, tremendously busy. And I know if anybody out there happens to be on TikTok at all, you've seen her before. So much information, so much good stuff. I mean, it's good. Okay, I love watching your programs. I watch them a lot, and I watch a lot of that stuff. I watch it, and I always try to like, share, and follow everything too. Okay, so nobody gets in trouble. Follow, okay, and watch the whole program. But I appreciate you taking time. Like I said, tremendous entrepreneur and things like that. But where did you grow up at, Amanda?
First of all, you've always been so gracious to me. I appreciate it. I grew up in Thompson Valley.
Oh, that ain't far.
No, it's not far at all.
Yes, in the city of Thompson Valley.
In the city of Thompson Valley. I'm originally from Dickinson County.
Okay.
So my family's from Hayside. We moved to Thompson Valley when I was 8.
Okay. Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were a little far from the grocery store. Up the head of the holler.
It was a little bit of a haul.
Up to the head of the holler. Mm-hmm. I know a lot about Thompson Valley. I knew had a lot of friends down in that area. Steve Hankins and his family.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Grew up with them.
So I grew up beside the Presbyterian Church.
Okay.
On that end of the valley, on the Hankins end.
Okay. All right.
Right before you.
Right. Yeah.
Traverse the back of the Dragon.
Drove across that mountain going to Marion. I used to work in Marion every day, and I had to drive across that mountain. I hit one of the few guardrails on that mountain.
No kidding.
Yeah. Hit it one morning. It's all foggy.
Wow.
And pow! If it hadn't been for that guardrail, they'd never found me. That was something. It was terrible. It was awful. I was in a little old Dodge Colt. I was working for McDonald's in Marion, and I used to drive across that mountain every morning, And I remember it like yesterday. I had my Walkman on, and I had my headphones on, and I couldn't see anything. And all of a sudden, hit that guardrail.
Wow.
It was scary. It really was.
It's a treacherous drive. It's 32 miles and 438 curves. And I've always
I didn't know that.
Had sympathy for people who drive across those mountains to get to work.
Yeah, and people get tricked when they use their GPS sometimes. A lot of truckers come across through there and think, what in the world has happened?
Yes.
I've had them to call me before, bringing stuff and thinking, what, do you know? I said, you didn't come that way, did you? Yes, I did. You talk about it and come across through there. And when you think about growing up, what are some memories you think that stand out in the valley?
Well, speaking of the back of the Dragon, it's so funny that road has become such an economic driver here because growing up there, it was just a nuisance to have to go across those mountains for a football game or for any reason. It would make you car sick. So I think it's really an incredible story that we've been able to take that asset, that natural asset that's inherent to Tazewell County, and capitalize on it.
Yeah.
I loved the serene surroundings. I loved being able to just be gone from, as long as I wanted to, just going through all of the hills and the mountains and the countryside and just everybody. The thing that I love the most still to this day, when you drive through Thompson Valley, everybody waves at you. Whether they know you or not, they throw up a hand and wave at you.
I was thinking about, when I was in Walmart yesterday, and 3 different people said, "How you doing, buddy?" Okay, you know what I mean? I was walking out of the restroom, another guy coming in, he said, "How you doing, buddy?" I said, "Doing good." You know what I mean? It's something. The farther you go north, that doesn't seem to be like that.
And that's why people just remark on how kind and polite our people are here, because they're not accustomed to that.
Right. Yeah. I tell them when they ask you how you doing, they're not being nosy. They really want to know how you doing.
Right.
Sometimes it might be being nosy, but as a general rule, you're trying to sort of be nice. But I don't know. Well, when you think about, did you play in the woods? Did you ride ponies? Did you throw rocks at cars? What did you do when you were young?
I would ride my bike down to my friend Ashley Begg's, her house, and she would ride her bike up to my house, and we'd meet in the middle.
Right.
So that Diamond Rio song, "Meet in the Middle," that's our song.
Right.
I'd walk her way and she'd walk mine.
That's cool.
And then we would just spend the day exploring abandoned houses, I hate to say it, and caves.
Well, you think of those memories growing up and things that you enjoyed.
Yes.
And I think of things that bring me back, and we were talking earlier about things that remind you when you were young. And you don't know why you like. I'm always trying to figure out why I feel like I feel. I don't just want to feel the way. I like to know why I feel like I feel. It's a little bit OCD, I guess. But I think of smells and things that remind me when I was young. And they bring you back, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
We were talking about pine saw a minute ago. I'd rather smell Pine Sol than perfume. I just love the smell of Pine Sol. It just, I'm cheap. I'm not going to buy that for my wife and tell her to put it on because I've been married too long for that. 42 years, I'm pretty much.
If you show up with some Pine Sol.
Yeah, it don't go over good. It don't.
There's a Jeff Foxworthy joke there.
Yes, ma'am.
Somewhere.
But I think about, I think about growing up, and I think about those things. There's a lot of stuff, when I was thinking about talking to you, I was thinking, I'm going to ask her some questions, okay?
Okay.
Now, let's talk about this. What makes you happy?
What makes me happy? I love to help people. It lights me up to be able to help a community. I work with a lot of towns in the region, in Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, and I love to see a small town starting where we started here in Tazewell with vacant buildings and blight everywhere you look. I love to see them organize an effort.
Okay.
And see that grow. And so I'm privileged to be able to do that and see that progress in multiple communities. That lights me up and makes me happy.
Okay. Let me put a little pressure on you.
Okay.
Let's take it back, everybody else. And let's just say you. What do you enjoy? And I know that's great, okay? And I interview preachers that get in preacher mode on me, okay? And I know what you really do, and you're good at it. So when you're good at stuff, it does make you happy.
Yes.
But I think sometimes we have to look inside of us and say, all right, what do I do? I mean, if it's crocheting, if it's whatever.
You're going to laugh.
Okay, what makes you happy?
I love to roller skate.
Well, now that does really throw me off.
And I do often. We roller skate. My daughter and I roller skate on Main Street from time to time. We find an empty parking lot and we roller skate in the empty parking lot. We love it.
Did you do something on a video one time about? Did you roller skate on a? Was there something I remembered?
Possibly.
I don't know.
Possibly so. I have some cheetah print roller skates.
Okay.